Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to math. Today, we're going to learn about proportions. Okay? So, our objective for today is to know how to set up a proportion. It is very important to know how to set it up because if you don't set it up right, you don't solve for it correctly. Okay? And to solve for a specific variable. Okay? So, it's a little two-parter. It's to know how to set it up and how to solve for the variable. Okay? Proportions are kind of like ratios, okay? If you saw a previous video, okay, you know what ratios are. So if you didn't, go back to watch that video. But ratios compare pretty much two items or two things, right? You usually compare them or find a percentage. Here, we have a problem, okay? We have our sun here. We have this building. This building is 30 feet tall, okay? It's 30 feet tall. We also have a flagpole that is 3 feet tall. Okay? When the sun comes up, okay, both of these objects, okay, cast a shadow. The shadow of the flag is 2 feet tall. Okay? We want to find out what is the shadow of the building. Okay? The way we do it is we set it up as a what's known as a ratio for the first part. Okay, we're going to start with the building. We have 30 over x. Okay, now keep in mind, since we use the height of the building, okay, the solid shape, on top we have to equal it to the other item. But again, since we use the solid, we have to use the solid here as well. The flag is the solid one, which is 3 feet. So we have 3. Then we have our shadow, which was x, which we have. So now we're going to use the same thing for the flag, the shadow. But this time we have a number. So we're going to put 2 for the shadow. Now that we have that, okay, now that we have compared our two items, we can actually solve them. The way we're going to solve them is we're going to cross multiply. Okay, so we have x times 3, which is 3x, equals the other one we did, which is 30 times 2, which is 60. Okay, we turn this off for x, so we divide by 3. So x equals 20. Okay, because remember, 3 can go into 60 20 times. So therefore, the shade, or just try to say, the shadow of the building is 20 feet tall. Okay, 20 feet. So keep in mind, we compared two items, okay, to find an answer for them. Let's do one more. Make sure you have it down. Again, remember, we use a solid of 1. Wherever you use a solid, okay, you have to use it for the other part as well, meaning the other side of the equation, okay? You cannot say the solid over the shadow, and then on this side be shadow over solid. You cannot do that. You have to, if you do the solid on top and the shadow on the bottom, then you have to do the solid on top on the other side, and then the shadow of that solid item on the bottom. All right, so let's do one more. This time, it says the ratio of boys to girls, okay? Keep in mind the ratio is 3 to 2, okay? So again, the ratio of boys to girls, okay, is 3 to 2, okay? Remember, this is one way to write it. So the boys over girls. So we have 3 to 2 because 3 to boys, 2 to girls. It says if there are 12 boys, okay, so we equal it. Remember, since we have boys on top, we have 12 boys. We want to find how many girls are there. So we don't know how many girls total. We want to find that out. Okay, so again, we cross multiply. 3 times x is 3x equals 2 times 12, which is 24. Divide by 3, because remember, we're trying to solve for x. So x equals 3 can go into 24. Okay, it can go 8 times. So x equals 8. Therefore, for every 12 boys, there are 8 girls. Okay, it checks out because 12 over 8 can be reduced. 12 over 8 can be divided by 2, which is 6 over 4, which you can still reduce it by 2, which 6 divided by 2 is 3, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So see how 3 over 2 is the same as 3 over 2, so it checks out. Okay. All right, guys, so here's your assignment for today. Okay. Again, notice that I put boys on top, girls on the bottom. There was 12 boys, so again, I put it on top, and then we don't know how many girls, so we put it on the bottom. We have the girls on the bottom, the boys on top. Okay. You cannot put the boys over girls, and then on the other side, girls over boys. It does not work. Okay. It has to be the same. Whatever you put on top, you have to keep it consistent. Okay. So here's your assignment for today. You have to create a proportion and solve for it. For if it takes 1 super giant pizza to feed 3 people, okay? So it takes 1 to 3, okay? 1 pizza, 3 people, okay? So if we invite 36 people, how many pizzas do we need? Okay? Remember, people on the bottom, pizzas on top. Okay? So I helped you out with that one a little. I pretty much set it up for you. Okay? For your second one, I'm not going to help you with it. You have to set it up yourselves. If we dig a hole, okay, that was 3 feet tall. Okay? Or it was 3 feet deep. For every 5 feet of tree height, so for every 5 feet of 3, okay? So 3 feet of hole, 5 feet of tree, okay? For every, how much do we have if we dig in 17 holes? Okay, or 17 feet of hole over x, okay? Again, I pretty much put it out for you, okay? Because I didn't want to write out the whole problem. I pretty much got all the info we needed, all the main key words to set it up, okay? All right, guys, so make sure you solve for them. You send me your answers, picture of your notes. If you have any questions, let me know, okay? All right, guys, I'll be here waiting for your email.